What's going on, everybody? This is Jabs Carter. I am on the way to Oklahoma with the family. We're about to have a really good time for the 4th of July weekend. I get this question a lot, like almost every single day, in my inbox, in my DM, in my messages. So instead of me taking the time out, sitting everybody down one-on-one, I just want to send out this video to make everything simple, make everything clear, so that you have a clear understanding of what you want to do and where you want to go as far as being in real estate. So here is the most frequently asked question every single day. I'm sure Pace heard this question almost 10 times throughout his day. Jabs, I'm new to real estate. How the hell do I get started? Okay, my response is, what do you want to do? That's the very first thing you need to figure out. What exactly do you want to do? There are some people that come in that have cash or that has cash, but they don't know what to do with it. And then there's people like me. When I started, I didn't come in with 20 grand, 30, 40, $50,000. Came in with a couple $100. Probably right now I got $100 in my account. So, but I'm still actively buying houses. So here's what I'm saying. Figure out what you guys want to do. And let's just, since we got a 3-hour drive, let's just talk for damn near 3 hours. All right. So I got my kids back there, so you guys might hear them in the background. Matter of fact, can you show Zion and Zaire? Yeah. Say hey. You gonna eat your foot? All right. So people that want to get started that has no cash, I'm talking to you right now, because this is how I started. I got in here, I found me a quick mentor, somebody that I reached out to, and he said, hey, I'll grab you by the hand and I'll walk you through each and every step. I'm lying. No, I did not. Okay. So, and that's what a lot of people want. They expect that. This is what I did. I literally started making posts and telling everybody, look, I'm new. I'm in real estate. I'm buying houses now. People started reaching out to me and saying, hey, I got a grandparent that want to sell their house, blah, blah, blah. Now, if you're afraid to talk to people, this probably isn't the business for you. Or you may have a different role that you can play inside of real estate. Maybe you could be a private lender. Maybe you can be an integrator where you can download lists and do integrator stuff. But if you're a people's person like myself, then you might want to start door knocking. And you don't want to just door knock on any random doors. You want to door knock on pre-foreclosures, absentee owners, maybe people that file for divorces, maybe people that's in tax delinquent. You want to hit those lists. Those are really, really niche lists. Again, y'all, my son, my daughter, they're with me, so just bear with us. But you want to really hit those niche lists and be, very assertive when you're talking to these people. You don't want to sound like you're shy or you're brand new, because they'll pick up on that, right? So what I did was I started door knocking. I hit the pre-foreclosures list. Now, where can I find these pre-foreclosures? If you got a few $100, you can subscribe to PropStream, maybe Batch Leads. Going back to the people that's asking, how do I get started? What do I do? Yada yada. For the people that have like a few $100, if you want to, here's a little cool thing that I learned. You can actually partner with somebody. If you don't feel like doing any of the work, I've kind of gotten to that point where I don't want to do nothing. But if you are one of those ones like, hey, I got a little bit of cash, I got like $3,000, you can use that money to invest in somebody's resources or their tools. And you can get ownership of either their company, or you can get ownership of their deals, their wholesale deals, because you're helping them pay for their expenses every month, their business expenses, which could be PropStream, Batch Dialer, Lead Sherpa. It could be their resources that they're using, their tools that they're using. You'll be helping yourself and them. If you're like laid back, don't want to do any other work, put a couple $100 up, maybe 6 months for reserves for their business expenses. As the person that you're helping close their deals, you want to make sure that you get a piece of every deal that they close. So whether that's getting equity inside of the company, or maybe you guys do like a JV agreement. There's our commercial break. All right, so you want to make sure that if you're just laid back, you don't want to do anything, at least invest into someone else's business, right? You can also do something where, hey, I want to actually buy deals. If you are not familiar with these real estate deals, if you're not familiar with real estate at all, but you have money, you can obviously become someone's private money lender, or you can become their funding partner. Now, I choose funding partners over private lenders because, one, I don't have to pay them back in 3 years or 5 years or 10 years. The deal is going to pay them back, right? They're my funding partner, so they're staying in the deal long term with me. Now, because they're my funding partners, they obviously get equity inside of the deal. Each and every deal that we do, depending on how our JV agreement is structured, they obviously get equity or ownership inside of the property. So if you got cash and you know someone, maybe you know a friend that's in real estate, they're involved doing these deals, call them up. Hey man, I want to get, I want to do what you're doing, but I don't want to do anything. I just want to put the money up and let you do all of the work. That's how I started buying houses. That's the only reason why I'm suggesting that you guys do this. So I had my first mentor, he reached out to me and said, hey, you've been sending me really good deals. I like you. You're an honest person. I want to show you how to, grow wealth. And that's when he started showing me how to do seller finance and subject twos and all of that stuff. And he became my first funding partner. Now, what that looked like was I go out, I go find the deals, I negotiate the deals, I structure the deals, I do all of the legwork, all of the sweat equity. I'm putting in sweat equity.
Yeah.
And what he would do is he would come in with the cash and he would deploy his cash in that deal. Obviously, I have to know how to run my numbers, know what the ARV is, know what the rents are, know what the rehabs are. I have to know all of that stuff before he can actually deploy his money into the deals. So he was my very first funding partner, and he's the one who actually taught me how to leverage other people's money and how to partner up with people that has cash, that doesn't want to do anything. He was an older guy, and with older people, they don't want to do anything but sit back and enjoy their money. So it's another way you guys can kind of get in if you're fairly new. Some people, they have 10 grand, some people have 20, some people got 100, maybe from their 401k, self-directed IRA, insurance policies, or anything. They can just transfer those funds over. I got a video on Zoom, so if you guys want to see that video, I can send it out. But my only request is that you actually take action and you don't just watch the video and just gain knowledge. Like, I want you to apply that knowledge. Now, when you're out here, you're new, you got money, talking to the people with money now. You want to get inside these groups and get to know these wholesalers. First, I would say figure out what type of cash on cash return would you like to see. What are your exit strategies? Are you a flipper? Do you want to make quick cash, quick flips? Or are you somebody who's like, hey, I want some residual income coming in every single month. I'll be fine with $500 per property. Or are you somebody that's like Pace that would want to see like $5,000 a month on a short-term rental, or maybe a group home, or maybe a sober living facility? So kind of figure that part out first. That will determine what exactly your strategies would be and who you need to talk to. So I got 40 grand in cash, 50 grand. What do I need to do? I would suggest going inside of these Facebook groups, reaching out to wholesalers immediately. You can start buying deals from them. If you don't know what to do, maybe you can partner with that wholesaler. Maybe you can find a partner, somebody that knows what they're doing. Or just watch YouTube videos and, go through the whole process. That's what I did. YouTube videos, then I joined the subject group. Yeah, y'all get it. But whenever you're doing these deals where it's like long-term rents and all of that stuff, make sure you know how to run your numbers, guys. At least educate yourself and understand how to run numbers, because you don't want to get into a deal and it's a bad deal. I got experience that I can truly say that I had a bad experience with not running my numbers correctly on a long-term rental. I got $40,000. Boom. What am I going to do with that? Well, how much do I want to make per month on this 40 grand? How many deals can I buy with 40 grand? That depends on you. Are you going to go after these $40,000 entry fees if you're buying creative deals? Or are you going to go to these hard money lenders and spend $20,000 to $30,000 for hard money costs, closing costs? Or are you going to spend like 5 to 10 grand for these small creative deals that you can buy from wholesalers? Maybe in a niche market. Maybe you have a pre-foreclosure, somebody's behind $3,000 and they just want to let it go. And it's only a couple $1,000 to get it fixed up, plus closing costs. Depends on you. It really depends on you. Let's take another commercial break because my son is back there doing some crazy stuff. Welcome back again, y'all. We had a commercial break. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Okay, so let's go back to the guys that got money. What I would recommend or suggest is that you really just reach out to these people that's already doing these deals, they're doing the creative deals, that's buying cash deals. If you're new, you may want to buy a really good deal for your first deal. You don't want to get into a bad deal and get bad experiences, and then you might end up quitting real estate. So you want to talk to somebody that has some experience. You can go inside of the Creative Finance group with Pace Morby. Go inside of that group, and I would make a post and say something like, "Hey guys, I have X amount of cash sitting around." People love seeing that. I have X amount of cash sitting around. I'm looking to deploy it into some creative deals or into some nice cash deals in these areas: Dallas, Georgia, Virginia, Florida, Ohio, North Carolina, wherever you want to buy at. Can you guys send me deals that make me 15% cash on cash return? Or if it's a flip, I want to see $30,000 in profit. Like, you want to put a message out there so that people know what you're looking for. People can start sending you really good deals. This is how you can be like completely hands off. You don't have to do much. And if you want to take it a step further, partner with someone who's already doing it. Make your job a lot easier. Maybe you have a job and you're just like, okay, I got money, but I don't know how to structure. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. Just partner with someone. Partner with an investor that has experience. That's like the easiest, most simplest way. Put together a really good JV agreement where it makes sense for you and for the partner, because they're obviously spending a lot of their time, their energy, their effort, all of that stuff, and all you're doing is just sit back, relaxing, and enjoying your residual coming in. You also want to set a goal. You're getting into real estate. What's your goal? Are you trying to make $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month? And why? What is your why? All right, I want to make $20,000 because I want to put $5,000 towards my bills for the month. I want to put $5,000 towards my business. Maybe I want to put $5,000 towards whatever. But have a goal set so that you know exactly where you want to go, so that it's crystal clear. I want it to be a crystal clear investor. You don't want to be one of those investors that's just buying stuff and don't know what to do with the properties. You don't know where you're going. You don't know what to focus on. You don't want to do that, because then your business is just going to be scattered. You got any questions?
What was your final straw that made you say, hey, I'm gonna stop talking about it, I'm gonna do it? Like, how do you know when you're at that point?
Oh, that's a really good question. When I saw my old business partner, when he closed his first $5,000 deal, when he got his commission, that inspired me.
U-turn.
Make a U-turn. Perfect. So when my daughter, or our daughter, was on the way, that inspired me. I need to make $5,000. I want to see what it feels like to make $5,000. But what really pushed me was the fact that when I mean, obviously I'm an action taker, and a lot of times people have to see the money. They have to see what you're doing in order for them to, make a move or make their first move. But usually it don't take that from me. But for real estate, it did. Okay. My old business partner, he got me inspired. When I saw the $5,000 check, I'm like, wow, I need to make that type of money. What could that do for my family? And again, at the time, that's when we were having our daughter. So it kind of drove me in a way like, okay, I think if he can do this, I can do it. right? And now, once I started actually studying, and not only was I studying, but I was taking action as I was studying. So the first thing I learned was driving for dollars. Once I learned how to drive for dollars, like it just kind of shifted. It shifted my mindset. Like, wow, I can come in here and get a deal.
South Central Expressway.
Perfect. I can get a deal by just simply driving around looking at ugly houses. Okay, cool. I think this was like a 10-minute answer. But to answer that question, I'll just say it was my family. It was my old business partner that gave me the inspiration to go ahead and just say, hey, F it. You know, I'm done working. Let me go ahead and put full 110% effort inside of this business so that I can get a deal done. Throw another question. That was a really good question. I never had nobody ask me that.
When you were starting to do your first deal, what was your biggest challenge that almost made you quit?
Actually learning how to close people. That was like my biggest hurdle. Like actually closing people. I didn't understand the sales process. And if you don't know the sales process, please look up the Sandler rules or look up the Sandler submarine and you'll understand the sales process. But
21 now.
Perfect. But I had a big challenge closing people. So whenever I used to get like, I would be right there. I would lose the deal because I didn't know how to close. I would make my offer, and after I would make my offer to these people, I mean, I couldn't get it to the finish line. And that's what made me like say, okay, it's something that I'm missing. I started reaching out to people and they kind of told me, okay, you're not really good at closing. You need to learn how to close. Well, how do I learn how to close? Well, are you good at sales? Well, yeah, I'm good with talking to people. I'm good at that. Okay, well, you got to understand sales and how the sales process works. And once I learned how the sales process worked by watching the Sandler submarine and watching the Sandler rules, the Sandler training, that's when I became better and I became that closer. And now I'm pretty confident. But that was like my biggest hurdle, my biggest challenge when I first got started was actually closing people.
Okay, guys, we're going to take another commercial break.
Yeah, because I'm hungry.